Welcome everyone to another awesome video. This one's gonna be amazing. This is a new series that I'm starting on how to open your first bar. Now it's gonna be longer than you may think, actually, or shorter than we both think, because you never know what happens. So anyway, I'm gonna take you through the whole, costing and everything, and some of the research that I've done to get to where I am now, and yeah, I think you're gonna enjoy it. Don't be too discouraged by my energy. When I did start off the video, I didn't think it was gonna take that long. I didn't actually realize that I was sending it at that point. I was just a bit demotivated at that point, but I am motivated now, and I think I'm still gonna do it. It's gonna be awesome, so check it out. I finally did my calculations on opening that fast food. Well, initially it was supposed to be a bar, and then I quickly realized that it would be difficult. Well, I knew it would be difficult to get a liquor license, but you still dream. And then I had to drop down from the bar, which should actually, I wanted it to look like Great Day. That's the bar area, that's the outdoorsy feel area that they have. And yeah, that wasn't gonna work. One, not enough startup capital. Well, I don't have any startup capital, I don't wanna lie. So basically, the first thing is the kind of space that I would need to execute something like that requires more money. I did see this one place that has like a restaurant vibe. It's huge, and it would require like renovations, and it was costing like 14,000, actually like 14,000 rand per month, and still have to renovate it first. And it's not in the best area, honestly. The area seems a bit dead. So for a newbie, without having established a brand, it definitely would not succeed. And yeah, what else? So first thing was definitely wouldn't be able to get a liquor license like early enough. Then I decided, it would have to just be like one without alcohol. Now without alcohol, the food, it would have to be really good, or it would have to be a takeaway or whatever, and yeah, that's what I decided to go with. So now my idea was like, I'm gonna open up just like a fast food restaurant, and then it can just be a small space with a small kitchen, and food can be prepped. People can have the food to go, and a few people to sit in. No alcohol, and just some drinks there. So what I did was I hopped on Property 24 to look for some places and how much they cost. Went through a couple of them, went through a couple of places, just checking out the prices, and finally found this place. And this place advertised for 5,000 rands per month, and pretty decent space. It's not in the best part of town, but there is traffic in that area. And yeah, I also went on to go just have a little bit of a look around at where a Double Shot used to be in Braamfontein. I'm gonna insert the video there, and that space is occupied by some coffee shop right now, but it's probably dying anyway. Like none of the places that have occupied that space seem to be succeeding. And I also noticed it's just like a huge like what do we call it? There's just like a lot of like to let places in Bram right now, like shop spaces, and they are expensive. So I wish I could give you the range, but I can't even find most of them on the Property 24. I don't know what kind of a thingy. I think they all been bought up by probably these South Points or whatever, because the one place had the sticker of like South Point, and I think South Point is just buying up those places and turning them into races, and taking the shops and putting in the shops that they want, or managing those spaces. But now I don't know. I wonder if South Point is still making some good money with this online learning thing, and just not having more students living at these races and doing their courses online. That's something else. I'm sure I should do a video on that and see if these guys are still making some money there. So anyway, in this walk, there's a couple of things that I went ahead and knew would have to be done. So I went ahead and timed the 5,000 rands by my phone. I always try and take these videos with my phone on like low battery. Anyway, the 5,000 rands by 6 months, which gave me 30,000 rands, and then there's a couple of stuff as well. So that also includes the deposit, by the way. So I've got my desk here. I'm defeated a little bit, that's why I'm laying like this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because why not? You know, you're gonna die anyway. So you got your gas grill, which is gonna be 6,000 rands. I'll put a picture here. You got your gas stove, which is just like the top, and then you're gonna get your like a gas bottle, obviously, but it's like the setup, like the three spaces, cooking space. I don't even know how to describe it, but like a gas stove basically. And then your pots and like your cookware and stuff like that, that's gonna cost about 2,000 rands. Then you got your kitchenware, you know, glasses, plates and all that, that's gonna cost about 30,500 rand. I'm anticipating at least serving at the shop 30 people maximum. And then we got your branding. I think I can get away with like 1,000 rands worth of branding. That's like just like your menus and the banner outside. That should be cheap. Could probably get that done. You know, my dad could probably help me out with that for like 600, maybe even for free. And then tables and chairs. Got a lot of chairs at home which I can use for that, so those would be free. But I would have to buy the tables at like 380, 2 rand 95 cents, 6 tables times 4. That should give you 30, unless if my math is messed up. But those would cost like 2,300 rand. And then I think after having calculated everything, it came to like an amount of 45,320. Now, then I remember that I had not accounted for the fridges. I want the, you know, the display, the glass fridges thingy. I'm gonna insert it there as well. And that one was going for like, I think it was 13,000 rands. And then the smaller one, the smaller, like the freezer type fridges, that was going for 7,000 rands. So the total for fridges is like 20,000 rands, which gave me like a total. Oh wait, before the fridges I had the 45,320, and then I basically said I wanted like a round number for the actual ingredients that would have to be cooked. And I decided to go with 60,000, leaving 14,680 for like the ingredients and any unanticipated costs. And then after that I got a total of 80,000 rands to start up. And then I went ahead and checked how much, maybe for 2 employees at 4,000 rands per month, and the 5,000 rand rent, and maybe even paying myself 5,000 rands. And I came to the conclusion that possibly like the cost for the fast food per month would be like 20,000 rand. So for 3 months of that, also bearing in mind that there is the 6 months 5,000 rands aside, there would have been like 60,000 rand extra. But then because it would be running, assuming it can even run that long, I've decided to go with just 1 month for that at 20,000 with our 80,000 rand initial investment, giving us a total of, hold on, the book didn't slam the way I wanted. Here we go. I don't even know if you can hear that, but 100,000 rands to open a fast food in a space of 63 square meters. That's what it's advertised. So now I just have to find a way to put together 100,000 rands, which brought me to this. Like it made me think of something. It's true that, you know, people like guys these days, a lot of people these days in general, we aren't multiplying or growing our monies. I don't know, there's a perfect way to say it. We aren't multiplying our earnings or our money. We aren't multiplying our wealth. Because we're not multiplying our money that we have, because we don't have any money. So it's like you can't become a millionaire because you're not even saving that 1,000 rand, 2,000, 5,000. So when you have these great ideas like me opening this fast food, you've got zero. So I'm laying now, I look defeated, but I'm not defeated. So what I'm gonna do is, I've been thinking about it. I'm gonna stop thinking about like the time period and focus more on raising the money and finding different ways of potentially getting these things without putting any money down. The first few things I could try and do is I could try and see if the leaseholder would be willing to... Is there even a thing, leaseholder? The person who's renting it out, the landlord, would be willing to let me use it without paying for the first 3 months. That's the first way I think I could try and take down their startup amount. The second thing is I could try and lease the equipment, the bigger equipment, your gas grill, the stove, or maybe not the stove because that's cheap, it's like 500 rand, 600 rand. And then the fridges also have those on lease, and just lease a couple of stuff. And obviously if it doesn't work, the owners can come and take their things back, and then poof, gone. But then the benefit of actually paying for these items and buying them is that now you get to own them, and you have them, and you can use them in future as well. So you guys can let me know what you think. Is that a practical way of doing a breakdown for a startup for a fast food restaurant in town? And yeah, I'm open to any ideas. This is the first episode. Thank you.